What's going on, you bunch of heathens? Today we are checking out yet another Yarnhub video. This one is called When a Canary Fought Tigers and Lost a Wing. Sounds pretty fucking interesting. I've been meaning to check this one out for a hot minute. So, yeah, let's jump straight in.
It's the 27th of January 1945, and skimming through the Italian mountains are two P-47 Thunderbolts. Inside the rear P-47 sits 18-year-old Raimundo da Costa Canario from the 1st Brazilian Fighter Squadron.
Oh, Brazil!
He keeps up with his leader, Lieutenant Luis Lopes Dornelles. The men are on a free hunting mission, and as they walk around a cliff, they spot a column of German...
This is actually really fucking cool, because you never hear anything about Brazil during World War II. This is super cool, then. In popular media, you never see anything about them. And me personally, I don't know shit about what Brazil was up to during World War II. This is cool.
Vehicles. Dornelles gets on the radio. The German column is made up of several vehicles, but Dornelles is right. In the midst of the column is the unmistakable hulking form of two Tiger tanks.
Not good.
Canario is the first to pull around his P-47 and then line up the column in his sights. But the thrill of battle fills the young pilot, and picking up speed, he sets his crosshairs on the enemy formation. The column rushes for cover as the Germans turn all their defensive firepower towards the Brazilians. The roar of the 18-cylinder P-47 engines fills the air,
kind of interesting,
and the Germans lift
they
their
actually
machine guns
managed
to
to
meet
get
the threat head-on. Bullets fly towards the P-47. The Thunderbolt is hit with German lead, and the bullets make a noise like gravel on a windshield. Canario is showing nerve beyond his years, and calmly pushes a button on top of the stick. And a barrage of rockets launches off at the armored targets below.
The H-Fars.
Canario then squeezes the trigger. In response, 850 cals ring out. At maximum speed now, he strafes along the entire length of the column. Trucks are hit, bursting into fire. As he starts to level off, he's now low and over the target. He punches a bomb release with his left hand, and two 500-pound bombs release from his wings in quick succession. And they pile into the
Oh, I like that. That's a cool like, comment, subscribe thing. I like that. That's cool.
Massive German tanks. Canario is already flying up and away when he sees green streaks passing by his canopy. On the ground, a German 20mm anti-aircraft cannon tries to chase the fast disappearing P-47.
They must have been towing
Canario
it.
pulls up and veers left, dodging the incoming barrage, and he tries to race for cover behind the cliff. But the deadly rounds are streaking past, each one closer than the last. It's Dornelles. Racing in, he has the cannon in his sights while it's pointing at Canario. Dornelles strafes the cannon, and the Germans jump for cover. Just as he passes over, he pulls a bomb release. And pulls up from the explosion and inferno.
Okay.
Coming round again, over the smoking wrecks of the two Tigers, the men spot something else. Further down the road is the unmistakable form of a third Tiger.
Oh shit.
Dornelles takes a low angle, level with the road, with rockets
he's the only
at the
one
ready.
with,
The Tiger gets closer, and he opens fire. Rocket after rocket launch from his wings, streaking towards their target. His heart sinks as he sees several miss. But then, the bloom of an explosion as one strikes the enemy on the suspension. The 56-ton machine is not going anywhere. Canario dives down to finish the job and fires off his last four rockets, reducing another piece of German engineering to rubble.
That's cool.
But Dornelles gets on the radio with another target. Below him, a half-track with a tarp covering the bed has driven onto the road and is speeding away. Under that tarp could be another anti-air weapon. If the Germans get it running, the fight could turn rapidly against them. Dornelles turns his P-47 into a dive, Canario follows hot on his heels. The two thunderbolts are bearing down upon the speeding half-track. Dornelas opens fire first. The bullets ring out and fly over the top of the half-track, cutting into the trees along the roadside. The German driver weaves and pulls for cover. Dornelas has to pull up to prepare for another pass. Canario, though, has his eyes locked on the enemy.
Honestly, I'm just kind of surprised that he decided to fucking move. He probably could have stayed hidden and they would have fucking left. Kind of surprised about that.
Pulls the trigger. The thunderbolt shakes beneath him with the firing of the quad machine guns on each wing. The German only sees flickers of flame on the Brazilian aircraft before the string of bullet strikes appears before his eyes, headed right towards him. There's nothing he can do. The bullets tear through the half-track, round after round, punching through the thin steel, until one of them finds the ammunition.
Ruh-roh.
The half-track explodes in an abrupt and violent ball of black smoke. Canario roars past. He's racing away victorious. But the moment he looks away from the target, he realizes he's made a terrible mistake.
Oh shit.
A factory with a towering chimney fills his vision.
Smacks it.
He pulls back on the stick, hard, but it's no use.
Oof.
He feels the blood-curdling impact, followed by a violent roll to the right. He instinctively shoves the stick to the left, and his plane limps away. He caught the roll. Better yet, his trusty P-47 is ever so slowly rolling back to level. He holds the stick on full left and tentatively applies the left rudder. The plane responds. He's shocked. How could it still be flying?
That's fucking insane.
He looks out the window to see a third of his right wing almost completely sheared off. Dornelas flies up alongside him, his eyes wide at the sheer scale of the damage.
You know, that's insane.
Canario examines his instruments. The fuel's not leaking, the engine looks healthy, and everything appears to work. But Dornelas can't hear him. Something's gone wrong. Canario can hear his leader, but his leader can't hear him back.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
The planes head home together. All the while, Canario is focused on...
That's insanely, like, not just lucky that he managed to salvage it. It's just crazy that the only thing knocked out after that big of a strike was just your comms. That's insanely lucky. Dude's a hell of a fucking pilot to recover that shit. Like, insanely fucking good of a pilot.
Keeping control. Then a transmission comes in.
Ah, shit.
It's the last thing they wanted to see. Two unidentified fighters in the distance, coming right towards them.
Oh, what are they, though?
Dornelas speeds up, leaving Canario behind, and the two unidentified aircraft turn gracefully and dive towards them. Dornelas pulls up, ready to meet the challenge head-on.
I can't tell. Those roundos didn't look
he
German.
realizes these aren't enemies. These are Spitfires. Dornelas immediately breaks off the attack and shows the side of his aircraft to prove he's a friendly.
I was gonna say, they didn't look like
But
it
it's
at
too
first.
late, and the Spitfires power past, with Canario in their sights. The two Spitfires roar towards Canario as he tries
Really?
desperately to maneuver. There's nothing he can do. Tracers pour out of the Spitfire's wing.
Are you serious? Really? Yeah, how do you not pull out? You see one fighter going for you, the other one's limping, and you decide, and it's going for you, and it turns off last second. You're seriously telling me neither of them fucking had eyes on what they were? This has got the whole animation really good. It's got to be misleading because there's no way that they were actually that close. Because if they were really that close, they would have seen the roundels. They would have seen the fucking markings. At least I would fucking hope so, at least. Yeah, I would hope.
Canario's tail is torn to shreds and the aircraft starts to roll over. The unknown fighters roar by Canario. and he gets to see them up close. They're British.
Yeah,
The
you
two Spitfires
dipshits.
come around for another attack. They pull up next to the Thunderbolt.
Have you still seriously not realized?
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, old chap.
The Spitfires waggle their wings in apology, then turn away.
A bit fucking late for an apology, you dipshit.
The two pilots fly home and spot their airbase, and Canario goes in for an approach. He drops the landing gear, and with great skill and precise control, sideslips the aircraft towards the runway. But then, a message comes through. It's the control tower.
Abort, abort.
Canario, almost instinctively,
Also, him keeping it as level as he did with that much of a missing wing, adding in the fucking extra variables of the fucking landing gear on the landing, and keeping it as level as he did, that's also incredibly fucking skillful. This whole area right here, it seems very familiar to me. I don't know why, but overall, no, this is a fucking insane pilot. Great fucking pilot to pull this
pulls
off.
up. Canario was told by the tower that the runway was needed for an emergency landing, and the Thunderbolt had to enter a holding pattern.
What the fuck is he then?
He's forced into several unstable turns over the base, but is finally cleared to land.
Okay, who was the emergency landing?
He hits the ground hard with heavy force, but the landing gear holds strong. Slamming on the brakes, his plane rolls and shakes down the runway. Finally, in a cloud of dust, the P-47, or what's left of it, comes
That would have
to
been
a
one of the
halt.
most insanely,
Raimundo da
like,
Costa Canario would survive the war and return home to
oh, that's cool. An actual picture of him. That's cool, but that would have been one of the most, like, nerve-inducing fucking landings ever. Hoping that your fucking shit fucking
Brazil.
stayed on the ground.
Incredibly, his aircraft was repaired and served for 50 more missions. before the
Yo,
end
that's
of the war.
so fucking
My
cool.
plane wasn't the only one to land with heavy damage. Watch this film where a B-17 was rammed by a German pilot and still managed to land at a German airfield.
You know what? I'll put that on the list, Yarnhub. That sounds fucking hella cool.
I bet he wasn't forced to go round again.
This was insanely cool. I fucking loved it. Like, insanely fucking good. As always, their fucking production value is insane. And I'm so glad that... Honestly, I'm so glad I found this channel. It's so fucking good. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Original video will be down below. Make sure you check them out. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of me. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.